Look like the sun, man. Monday through Sunday. What up, my guys? Welcome to another show. NBA Talk with Jay. It's Monday. It's a new week. Trying to get some cash, man. NBA has been. I haven't been seeing this well lately, guys. To be perfectly honest with you, man. Whatever I think is gonna happen, the opposite happened. So just bear with me. It's always a roller coaster, as well, man. And I want to share a little story with y'all real quick, man. Last Wednesday, I was at the gym working out, and I had strained a muscle in my neck, and it was like pretty bad. I couldn't even look left to right. You see what I'm saying? So, came home, like icy hot patches, literally everything. Taking baths, man, with Epsom salt, everything that I could do, man. And so it got better. I was able to play basketball on Saturday. Played really good. I was shooting the lights out in the gym, man. But then I had got a knot in my neck as well. You see what I'm saying? So when I had to get a massage and get this knot pressed out of my neck, it's almost like you got to go through some pain. Like that pain is gonna be there, but like you got to go through a little bit more pain to get that knot out, and then everything will be good. You see what I'm saying? So that's just kind of how life is, man. You gotta get that knot pressed out. You got to go through some pain to get on the other side of that. You see what I'm saying? Nothing comes easy, and a lot of times like things are gonna get bad before they even get worse, man. So I just wanted to share that story with y'all. I'm good now, everything's good now, but just wanted to share that with you guys because that's how it is with me in betting the NBA. A lot of times like things will get bad before they get really good. You see what I'm saying? So I've already mapped out the next 3 days. I got to play for today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, and hopefully we go 3-0. My guys, time to stop bullshitting around, man. I ain't here to waste your time, no. I just sometimes like to just do a little story time, man. But let's go over to the streets of Cleveland. This one, first game up. Let's go over to the streets of Cleveland. Cavs laying 12 points at the house versus the Charlotte Hornets in this one. It's not a game that I'm really interested in, to be honest with you. Obviously, we know that. I'll be honest, like these double-digit spreads, like I say, sometimes like teams will blow them out by 30, and then there's other times where they kind of let their foot off the gas. Like we've actually seen it a ton last week as well. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of teams that were laying double digits, they were up and they were winning by 15, 20 points, and before you know it, it's an 8-point game. So usually that's why I kind of like to stay away from double digits spreads. Obviously, teams don't really care about covering the spread; they just want to win the game, and some of them have the killer instinct and blow teams out by 30. Others kind of let the team come back. You see what I'm saying? So this is the first time these two have matched up this season. This is a back-to-back spot for the Cavs. Now, they do need a confidence-boosting win versus a confidence-boosting opponent. And that's exactly what they get here, but they are off a back-to-back. This is third. Like, they're coming off 2 straight road games, and it's a third game. So it's a back-to-back third game in 4 nights with travel as well. Now, they did get smoked yesterday versus Miami, 121-84. Evan Mobley is going to play in this back-to-back as well, man. So they got Evan Mobley back. He showed a difference as well. They only scored 84 points, man. They got absolutely smacked. Now, nobody played over 22 minutes except for nobody important really played. The bench players played a lot of minutes, but starters, nobody played over 22 minutes. So this should be a bounce back spot here for the Cavs. Obviously, the Hornets hadn't been showing a ton of resistance here lately. They're 0-4 straight up and against the spread last 4. 2-8 straight up, and 2-8 straight up last 10 games, and 3-7 against the spread. So, and this is their 4th straight road game as well. The Hornets have really been traveling all over the place. They hadn't had a game in the same city in their last 10 games for whatever reason. They've been traveling all over the place. They were at Toronto, then home, then Washington, D.C., then home, then Detroit and Memphis. 1 game at the house, then now this 4-game road trip, and then they head back to the house right after this to play Cleveland. They'll have a nice little home stretch there, but can only look towards Cavs here. In theory, this should be a bounce back J spot here for the Cavs. Should be a trifecta spot for the Cavs here. They are laying kind of a big number here, but the way that they got smacked yesterday, they need a confidence boosting opponent, and sometimes the Charlotte Hornets are just what the doctor ordered up in this one. So I would lean towards the Cavs to come out here and smack the Hornets up trifecta style, first quarter, first half, and full game. So over here to the streets of New York in this one. Knicks laying a huge number here, laying 16.5 versus the Pistons. Problem is the Pistons aren't that scrappy Pistons team anymore. I mean, you see them rule Cade Cunningham at the last minute out yesterday's game as well. Duran's been scratched the last couple games as well. They don't have Fontecchio. He might be out for the rest of the season. I'm not totally sure on that, but they don't have Let me just see. I'm pretty sure Fontecchio's out. Not totally positive there, but I know that he's been out. Let me just check this latest injury report real quick. Let's see. So so Cade Cunningham, game time decision. Jalen Duren, game time decision. Fontecchio is game time decision. Quentin Grimes as well. I'm sure Grimes would love to play in this game. Grimes plays here. Look at his points, possibly even PRA and Quentin Grimes. Obviously, he got traded away from New York if he does play in this one. So a lot of guys on the injury report here. I'm not lying to you. If all of those guys play, even Taj Gibson included as well, because he was playing a few stints for the Knicks as well. He knows Thibodeau really well. If Caden Cunningham, Duren, Fontecchio, Taj Gibson, and Quentin Grimes, if all five of those guys end up playing, which obviously the line will move. I mean, even if it goes down to 12.5, I think the Pistons might be might be worth a look here, especially then you got Alec Burks on the injury report for the Knicks. Knicks have kind of sort of not necessarily tapered off because they've won 5 of their last 6 games, but it's like you could see the last game versus the Nets. The last game, it was 80-80 in the fourth quarter, guys. No lie. It was 80-80 in the fourth quarter before they went on a 22-4 run. You see what I'm saying? So they really showed that they're kind of being a little bit vulnerable right now. Like they won that game by 12, but through 3 quarters, that game was close as hell, man. So and it's the first leg. No, it's not the first leg of back-to-back. They got the Raptors and the Spurs on deck. So they got 2 easy wins coming up. Like I said, I'm not gonna back the Pistons, especially without all those guys are in, but you definitely need Cade. With him sitting out yesterday's game, maybe that means that he's gonna play in this one. Obviously, this is a back-to-back spot, 3rd game in 4 nights for the Pistons. Excuse me here, but I mean, they've lost 6 straight games. They've tanked so much to where they could play competitive in these last few games, and it won't hurt them much. So it's crazy because they really Fontecchio don't seem like the type of player that it's like, oh, Fontecchio's out. Well, he's meant a lot to the Detroit Pistons, and we know what Cade and Duren. So I couldn't touch them without, because you definitely don't ever touch the Pistons without Jalen Duren in there. I'll tell you that, especially Cade Cunningham. But if they get Fontecchio, Quinn Grimes, which is going to have added motivation here, and Taj Gibson, this actually might be a little bit more competitive game than some people might suggest. They might think, to be perfectly honest with you here. So, I mean, if you wanted to, you could kind of try and take the Pistons, like trying to get ahead of it, because obviously the line's going to move. But 6.5 is a crazy number. I know the Knicks can ball out and they can play really good defense, but they're still not the biggest team. Duren can have a really good matchup here. Cade Cunningham has been playing really good basketball as well. You see what I'm saying? Quinn Grimes, he's going to be pissed at the Knicks if he plays in this game. So maybe they were looking ahead to this one. I don't see them having much interest in blowing the Pistons out by like 20-some points. So I'd lean towards the Pistons here, plus the 16.5 points, my guys. But all 5 of those players need to be all 5 of them need to be in that game, man. Let's go over here. Oh, God. Let's go here to the streets of Toronto in this one. Now, this is a game that speaks to my soul. If y'all know what the Raptors been doing, it makes perfect sense. If they hadn't won a game since Scotty Barnes went down. Right now, they have the 6th worst record in the league. If they lose every single game for the rest of the season, they will keep their pick from Jakob Poeltl. So I believe it's from the Spurs. If they have a 7th or worse record, 7th, if they win a few more games, if they have a worse record than if they have a better record than the Memphis Grizzlies, they won't be able to keep their pick. Right now, the Grizzlies have 24 wins, the Raptors have 23. All they have to do is keep losing, and they keep their pick. And if they don't, they're gonna lose it. It's that simple. So it's like all this tanking that being did for no reason. So I did take the Nets here. I'm not gonna lie to you. Most of my money here is on the money line. That's just because I just need the Nets to win. It's really hard to trust the Nets. I'm not gonna lie to you. And then they kind of piss me off even more. Now I'm still gonna put some on the 6.5. Well, I might in 6, but even 6.5. I'm still gonna put some on them just because the Nets need a confidence boosting win. They don't have any draft picks. They literally have no incentive to tank, none whatsoever. You just look bad. You just lose it. You see what I'm saying? It really kind of pisses me off because I said if the Nets choose to rest even one guy here, it's gonna drive me fucking crazy. Now they are Dennis Smith Jr. and Cam Johnson are out this game. They saying that Dennis Smith Jr. got a hip flex or something like that. Cam Johnson is out with a strained big toe. I get it. Now they still neither one of those guys are starters. Well, I know Cam Johnson will start or whatever, but they still got Schroeder, Cam Thomas, Mikal Bridges, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Nick Claxton. They have enough. Like this Raptors team is a G League squad, especially so. Remember, RJ Barrett is still going. Then Quickly is going as well. This is on top of Barnes and Jakob Poeltl. They're literally missing 4 starters out there. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta take the Nets here. It's just what I gotta do. This is the play that gives me the most confidence. Most of my money's on the money line. But I even still late the points with them as well because the Nets, like it should be one of those spots to where all right, we've been losing for a while and they were competitive versus the Knicks as well. They just kind of ran out of gas there in the fourth quarter. When you have this type of opponent and you've been losing for a while, you see what I'm saying? I believe the Raptors have lost 9 straight. I know the Nets have lost 6 straight. When you finally do get over that hump, that means that you're gonna blow somebody out. So the Nets should cash a trifecta spot here. Like I don't want to see the Raptors even have a lead at. I don't even want to see them be up 2-0 here. Like that's how serious this is. So the Nets have lost 6 straight. The Raptors have lost 10 straight. I'm looking at the I believe they've lost 10 straight games. The Raptors have. So and it makes sense too. Remember, we hammered their season win total under. We hammered it. And it should cash, man, unless they just figure out that they want to start winning. I don't see it happening. This is a net spot. They should come out here and cash the trifecta. But I mean, I didn't take the trifecta. I just took the full game because I know that even if the Raptors do have a good first half, what they're gonna do in the second half, like it's not in their best. I'm not going to say they don't want to win the game because players don't tank. Upper management does, but it's not in their best interest to win this game. It's also a revenge spot for the Nets. They lost 121-93 in their last game in Toronto. That was February 22nd, but that was the Raptors that had Scotty Barnes and Pirtle and all these other guys. You know what I'm saying? So also could look towards Dennis Schroeder props. He played most of this season with the Toronto Raptors and then got traded to the Nets. So he's familiar with the arena. He's familiar with that team, all that good stuff. He's familiar with their plays, their schemes, all that good stuff here. So Nets haven't been good, guys. If you feel like you might regret it, you don't have to bet it. It's my play of the day. Nets on the money line, Nets -6, -6.5. That's my top spot of the day. You see what I'm saying? It's more of a fade of the Raptors, but I still think the Nets have some guys, and they did get called out by the coach last game as well. So we'll see what happens. Cam Thomas, he can be unstoppable. You see what I'm saying? Schroeder, I feel like he's gonna have a good game here. Nick Claxton has a really good matchup in this game. So hate the fact that they're still sitting a couple guys, but I think that the writing's on the wall here. The Raptors, they might not win a game for the rest of the season. I think they got a game versus the Pistons. Might win that. Raptors, don't be surprised if they don't win a game for the rest of the season, my guys. It's very possible. You see what I'm saying? Let me just look real quick. Let me just look at their let's just see here. So they got, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I don't see it happening. I don't know. I just don't see it, man. But like I say, if they don't win another one, they'll be good. They'll keep their pick. So give me the Nets here. -6, -6.5, and on the money line, my guys. And if you want, you can, if you don't feel, because like Nets can be bullshitting. That's why most of my money's on the money line, man. As soon as the shit came out. But this is a net spot, man. I'm not scared of it. It is what it is. Whatever happens in this one, I'll live with the results. But I know that the Nets should win this game by double digits. Let's go over to the streets of Atlanta in this one. Hawks getting 10.5 points at the house versus the Boston Celtics in this game. Not betting against the Celtics ever. I mean, they had a back-to-back third game in 4 nights, 4th and 6, 5 game in 7 nights. When teams covering that fucking spot, that tells you that you don't ever want to fucking bet against. Because that's it. So if they were gonna drop any spot, it would have been last game versus the Bulls where they had 3 starters out. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter. They still win the game by 11. Like the Celtics are just maybe if they're playing against the Nuggets, bet against them. But they've won 9 straight. They've covered 8 of the last 9. They are laying a number here on the road, but like the Hawks, they're missing Sadiq Bey. I believe they got Jalen Johnson back, but it's just like I don't really have confidence in this game. I know that the Hawks sometimes can ball at the house. This is a big number as well. Would I be surprised if they kept it close? Obviously, you need DeJounte Murray to go crazy here. You need you need DeAndre Hunter to play some really good defense and give you some offense as well. Let me see what happened. You need Bogdanovich to go crazy from 3 in this one as well if you think the Hawks can keep it close. But I do think that the Hawks could possibly keep it close in this spot and then the next game get blown out. But I don't have any confidence in betting against the Celtics, guys. So it's really that simple for me. What happened? Why didn't Jalen Johnson play the last time? Let me just see real quick. If Cuz is playing here. Let's just see if he's on the injury report, my guys. Let's see here real quick. Hawks. Jalen Johnson is out. Oh boy. Onyeka Okongwu is out for his game. I'm not fucking with the Hawks here. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. If Okongwu and Jalen Johnson was in there, maybe I could be like, all right, you know what? They could keep this game close at the house. DeJounte Murray been damn near averaging a triple double. You see what I'm saying? I can't do it. Not without Jalen Johnson and Okongwu. Pass for me. I'm sorry. Celtics, they're just that type of team where they get to shooting them threes, and I mean they shooting them in a crazy rate. And they're making them, and this team, man, I'm telling you. I don't know. We haven't seen a team like this in the last 7 years. We haven't seen a team like this, man. So just warning you guys. Let's go over to the streets of Chicago in this one. Bulls laying 12.5 at the house versus the Wizards here. This line was 9 at first. I mean, the Wizards don't want to win this game. They're coming off back. It's crazy, guys, because we're reaching that point to the season where these teams, like, they just don't want to win. I really do think it's that simple. Now, obviously, you got to lay a number with the Bulls here, but like, I mean, the Wizards are coming. They're a tanking team now. Right now, they have a better record than the Pistons as well. So they've messed off, and now they don't even have the worst record anymore. They've won back-to-back games. When a tanking team wins back-to-back games, you definitely don't want to take them in the next game, and you can tell. I'm even surprised that they're going to let Jordan Poole play in this game because he had him questionable. Tyus Jones still out. They're like, oh, okay, we won 2 straight. Kuzma, you sit out too. Jordan Poole, you know what? You will list you as questionable. You know what? You still ass. You can play in this game, man. So obviously for the Bulls, now you need to know if Kobe White and Caruso are game time decision, but they should play in this game. I could only look towards laying the points with the Bulls in this one. I mean, the Wizards, like I said, coming off back-to-back wins, this is not a real basketball team. They probably get smoked in this game, man. I can only look towards the Bulls are coming off back-to-back losses. This is a back-to-back home game as well. Bulls should smack them here, man. They've already smacked them up twice already this year. They just beat them March 16th, 9 days ago, 127-98. You can see an exact type of game here. I bet you Kuzma played in that game as well. They only played once this season, but they smoked them. Kuzma played in that game 29 minutes. They only had 11 points. They had Koulibaly in that game as well. He had 15 points. He won't be playing here as well, man. So, and a guy off the bench that has 7 points, Omer Uri, he's not playing here as well, man. So can only look towards the Bulls in this one. Obviously, the Bulls sometimes can be on some bullshit. I did hear that Kobe White is still not 100%, but Bulls can do whatever the hell they want this one. They can win by 5. They can win by 25 here. So can only look towards the Chicago Bulls. I definitely don't see the Wizards winning 3 straight games, though. And so with saying that, they may not even be competitive here. It's almost like the upper management tells them, like, we're going to take you out to dinner. We're going to kind of like say in so many words, we don't need y'all motherfuckers to win. In so many words, bro. It sounds crazy, but I should have smashed Wizards team to win season total under. When we heard Kuzma, it was like the 3rd game of the season, and they got absolutely smoked by like almost 50 points. And Kuzma was like, we're not going to win many games this season, but it can't look like that. And I'm beginning to like, damn, the Wizards, they really going to tank because they didn't have a bad start to the season. But after a while, the writing's on the wall, and it's like, all right, we're just going to lose every single game, man. It's sickening, but they are these guys have no pride anymore. A lot of these NBA players, they have no pride. They don't care about winning and losing. They get paid millions of dollars, and especially the ones that came from the struggle, it's just like, man, I'm in the NBA, I'm living the life. Yeah, we're losing. We trash as hell, but like, I'm rich. I've noticed this like 3 years ago where these players, they don't have the pride. That's why their revenge games and shit like that don't really smack anymore, because they don't even care getting beat. They'll get beat all 4 teams or fall all 4 teams by a team all 4 times by a team in the season and just not care, man. There's no pride in this shit, but don't get me started, man. Let's go over to the streets of San Antonio on this one. Spurs getting 11.5 at the house versus the Suns. Spurs did win the first couple of meetings in Phoenix. Now the Suns came back and smacked up the Spurs in there. Now they've had a day out. Man, I saw KD at the Texas game. My guy was fried, man. KD, man, the Suns, man, just how far could they be if KD didn't even smoke weed, man? I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but like you are a professional athlete. Like maybe you can't smoke every day. Let's put it like that. Maybe if you got you know what I'm saying, it's an all-star break or somewhere. You got the weekend off, you gas up one time. KD kind of seems like he's a daily smoker. You see what I'm saying? And that might be a problem there, but whatever. They've won 3 straight games, covered 3 straight. They've won 4 of the last 5 and covered the 4 of the last 5 as well. You see what I'm saying? So Suns have been balling. They obviously they want to win this game to even up the series and go 2-2 here. Spurs, they were kind of playing with us. Oh, Wemby's questionable. Oh, he missed the shoot around part through what media went through. Oh, but he went through shoot around, all this shit. I'm not messing with this game. Personally, I would only look towards Suns though, even if Wemby plays. Suns just got too much offense for him, and they're starting to play defense as well. We know that the Spurs aren't that good of a team. team. They're only 2-8 straight up in their last 10 games. Now they are 5-5 against the spread, but you can see what happened last game. The Suns were up 30 points. Like, they didn't struggle with the Spurs whatsoever in their game. They were up 9 at the end of the first quarter. They were up 18 at the end of the first half. They won every single quarter except for the fourth quarter. That's when they took all their guys out. You see what I'm saying? They still didn't let Isaiah Thomas get in the game. And it was crazy. It was up 30. And like, nah, we still ain't letting your ass in the game. But they've won 8 of the last 10 matchups versus the Spurs as well. They've absolutely owned them. This is the revenge spot that I usually like to take. Same arena, take the team that lost the first game, especially getting 12 points. So it's a no play for me, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Suns smoked them again. Let me just see who the Suns play in their next game. Just real fast. Let me see if they could possibly be a little bit of a look ahead factor. Damn, they do got the Nuggets on deck. They do have the Nuggets on deck. That's worthy of a look ahead spot. When you got the Nuggets in Denver in your next game, that's worthy of a look ahead spot there. So I ain't betting against Spurs are nothing for me, for the simple fact that the Suns could definitely be looking ahead to their next game, and they're laying a huge number. Obviously, it is their revenge spot, but it's a lot different these days. What's up, my brother? What up, you Capper, my brother? What y'all liking in the chat? What are they saying in the chat? I looked at the chat just to see Ronald just in time. My uncle just pulled up on KD and dropped off some gas. Hey, y'all be tripped out, bro. Cole was gassed up at that game, at the Texas women's game, bro. I'm telling you this right now. Mid-range, Zaza is crazy. J.R. Smith is his plug, boy. They going crazy in the chat. Ronald, what you like today, my brother? What you liking, Ronald? Let's get over here to the streets of Houston in this one. Rockets laying 12.5 points at the house versus the Blazers. Simple game for me. I'm not looking towards now. I mean, they've been won 9 straight games. See what I'm saying? Why would I be looking towards betting against the Rockets? I probably should bet on every single time until they just don't cover spread. Now, a few major injury implications in this game would be Anthony Simons here. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, if Simons is out, if Simons and Aiden are out, the Blazers are gonna get smoked in this game, man. See what I'm saying? They're gonna get absolutely smoked. So the Rockets, they are without Jabari Smith Jr. He got in a little scuffle with Chris Dunn over there. But like, the Rockets, like, they're one game out. You see what I'm saying? It's not like it's not like Jabari Smith Jr. doesn't mean anything to him. I'll tell you that right now. It's not. We can't just sit here and act like, all right, just Sengun's out. They've been balling. They haven't missed Sengun at all. Been balling without Cam Whitmore. That's cool. But like, we can't just act like Jabari Smith Jr. don't mean shit, though. You see what I'm saying? We can't act like that. You only got one center left, and you got 2, but they're probably not going to put Boban Marjanovic out there. So they got Jock Landale, and then they'll probably run Jeff Green at the backup center. It's not like the Blazers got any centers that you're scared of, but I mean, I can't say if Simons and Aiden I think Simons is actually kind of hurt, so it's game time decision, but I really do think he's hurt because he had an MRI. So the Rockets they're just way too hot for me to fade them. If you're waiting to bet this game today, you did miss 3 points of value, but they're smoking everybody by 20 points. You see what I'm saying? So it's a real simple game for me. I'm not looking towards betting the Rockets. It's betting against the Rockets. It's just that it's that simple, my guys. So if you like the Rockets, don't let me talk you off. It's a game that I'm staying off of. But personally, I'm not gonna lie. If Simons and Aiden played, I ain't gonna lie. I do think the Blazers could cover that 12.5. But obviously, if they played, the line would go down as well. But it could have went up from 9.5 to 12.5 because they know that one of those not playing. If Simons isn't playing, I couldn't touch the Blazers there. But Scott Foster is on the ref, so he is on the whistle here. So if you see some fishy shit, don't be surprised in this game whatsoever. You see what I'm saying? But hey, the way it's looking, the Rockets fucking around and get that 10 seed. I believe you can still bet that Rockets to make the play-in tournament as well. It's not out of the realm of things that are possible. You dig what I'm saying? Let's go over to the streets of Denver in this one. Nuggets laying 15 points at the house versus Grizzlies. I got nothing. I've got nothing on this game. Nuggets are the same. They could be looking ahead to a Sun. Last game, they lost to the Suns in overtime. Suns were up 15 points on them boys. Nuggets came back, made it. You know, I might have to go to that game. I might have to go to that game. But so obviously some big names here on the injury report. Let's see. So Triple J is not on there, but Desmond Bane is game time decision. But even bigger than that, Jokic and Jamal Murray are on the injury report. I wouldn't even be able to tell you what's going to happen in this game before I knew if Jokic or Murray. They said the last game as well versus the Blazers. Damn near lost the game. This one, they're at the house, laying 15. They do play a lot better at the house. I'm not looking towards the laying double digits with the Nuggets without knowing that Jokic or Jamal Murray in there. Murray could play. If Jokic's not in there, I'm not laying double digits with them. They got to look ahead spot as well to the Suns. Grizzlies are ass. Desmond Bane might play here, but Nothing for me on this game. You need to know if Jokic is playing. It's a real simple game right now. Let's go over to the streets of Utah in this one. Jazz getting 8.5 points at the house versus the Dallas Mavs in this one. I'd like to take the Mavs tomorrow. In saying that, I'd like for them to lose today. Obviously, back-to-back from Utah at Sacramento isn't the best spots, but it's going to be a back-to-back for Sacramento. Just getting ahead of myself. The Mavs did just smoke them 113-97. I mean, it was a closer game than that. Like, Mavs were just kind of BSing around. Luka came back in with a few minutes, tried to get the triple-double. He was mad that he couldn't get it. He was legitimately mad at Lively that he passed him the ball, and Lively kept passing out of that shit. I literally saw Luka get pissed off at that shit. And then after a while, he's like, all right, I'm going to score one more basket, and I'm going to come out the game. Shit was funny as hell. It's funny as hell watching these teams, watching these players literally standing. And it's not just Luka. Everybody does it. Middleton did it yesterday. Doc Rivers finna take him out the game. He's like, bro, I just need 2 more points for the triple-double. You see what I'm saying? He's like, leave me in there. It's just crazy, man. Like, what the fuck does it matter getting the triple? But whatever. Mavs have beaten them 7 of the last 9 times. They did lose earlier this year in Utah, 127-90. Sometimes they can struggle in Utah, but obviously this is a different Utah team. They have lost 3 of their last 5 games in Utah. It's just a tough. I mean, I'm not looking towards backing the Jazz here. Like, I just can't do it. Like I say, I mean, the Mavs, they do have a little bit more of an important game tomorrow, but you still don't want to even lose this one, though. You see what I'm saying? You can't get caught looking ahead to tomorrow. But Lauri Markkanen, game time decision. Chris Dunn is out. That doesn't fucking matter. But Jordan Clarkson and Lauri Markkanen here are game time decisions. So obviously, if they don't play, you can only look towards the Mavs. If they do play, then maybe that means the Jazz are trying to show up here. They've lost their last, 2 home games. They've lost 4 of the last 5 home games, guys. So it's another tough game. Mavs front end of a back-to-back do have a more important game versus the Kings tomorrow. I will tell you that. But when you're in the standings, you can't really look ahead past the Utah versus the Jazz. But mainly, I can't really figure out what type of Jazz team we're going to get here unless we know if Markkanen and Jordan Clarkson are going to play. When those 2 don't play, it's definitely a G League squad, like for sure, like full of G League players. But when they do play, they actually try to play a little bit of basketball, to be perfectly honest with you, man. So, again, 2 major injury guys on the injury report that I'm staying off the game. Let me just see what y'all saying in the chat real quick. Raptors team total under a look as well. That's a fact. That is an absolute fact there, my guy. Luka quadruple-double. Luka goes to the moon today. I couldn't see you. I mean, I couldn't talk you off. Mavs first half. Couldn't talk you off that as well. I'm back on the Pacers tonight. I can dig it. Let's go over here to the streets of Sacramento in this one. Man, I wanted to take the Sixers here, man. I wanted to take the Sixers plus 9.5 in this game. And I still would lean that way. They did risk Kyle Lowry in yesterday's game to get ready for this one. The Sixers, I remember I was on the Sixers last time they faced off, and they smoked the Kings. That was at the house. Now, the Kings are the first game back at the house off a road trip. Now, they've been losing some. They've lost their last 10 matchups versus the Sixers. It's almost like the Sixers just like own the fucking Sacramento Kings. Usually, I like to back teams when they've lost forever. I don't want to lay the points with the Kings here coming back home off of an East Coast road trip. This is their first game back at the house, and it's the first leg of a back-to-back as well. You see what I'm saying? So their game tomorrow, every game is important for the Kings, where they're sitting, like, I believe, at the 7th or 8th seed, but there's a bigger game versus the Mavs tomorrow. It is. You see what I'm saying? So this is a good game to watch. I do lean towards Philly. I was expecting Philly to lose versus the Clippers yesterday, and hopefully even get blown out so they can rest their guys and then get ready for this one. What happened? Sixers came out there playing locked in defense. They were making everything. Let me just see real quick what they shot from 3, bro. I'm watching a game. These motherfuckers could not miss in the first quarter. They had 41 points at the end. It was 41-29 at the end of the first quarter. They end up shooting 49% from 3, guys. They went 18 of 37 for 3. They went 53% from the field. They shot the lights out in LA yesterday, bro. So it's a crazy. I was expecting them to possibly lose a game, even lose by 20. I was going to be all over them here. I tried to look at the schedule like ahead, see what I like. I didn't expect them to win by 14. I didn't expect them to exert so much energy, but they were playing a really good game. Kelly Oubre was balling. Mo Bamba was balling. He had some important blocks in there. When I say Kelly Oubre, even though he only had 12, it was a really great defensive game for him. Tyrese Maxey had a huge fourth quarter in there, man. Paul Reed off the bench. Campaign splashing threes. He had 5 threes yesterday. Buddy Hield had 3 of 6 as well. Also, Buddy Hield should have some extra extra motivation in this game as well, even though he hadn't been playing the best. And he's probably going to come off the bench here with Kyle Lowry coming back. But I still think 9.5 is too much with the Kings. I know the Kings just took everybody's money versus Orlando, and they've been playing a lot better defense lately as well. I'm still not looking towards laying 9.5 with them here versus a Sixers team that can match up well with them. Even though the Sixers won a game yesterday, I didn't expect them to, and they had to exert a lot of energy, and you don't want to play against the Kings on a back-to-back, I still get the feeling that the Sixers can keep within this 9 points. All they got to do is come out with the same energy that they did yesterday, guys. So I could definitely see it. I lean towards Sixers here, plus a 9, plus a 9.5, to be perfectly honest with you here. So Sixers are nothing for me in this game. Kings have a much more important game tomorrow. It could be a game where if they were up 15 in the fourth quarter, they would probably start to rest some of their guys here. Buddy Hield threes could be a look, and Malik Monk is coming off a bad game as well. He's going to get 6 man a year, but they're still trying to build the case. You can't continue to have bad games and then somebody like Kobe White step up, because then things could shift. But I'd still look towards Malik Monk. He plays a lot better at the house. I'd look towards his points over, and Buddy Hield threes could be a look here, especially like if it's 1.5 or something. Going back to Sacramento, just Buddy Hield points in general could be a really good look here in this game. Last game up. Let's go over to the streets of LA in this one. This fucking Clippers team is ass. I don't know how the hell they say Duran is out. Wemby is out. Okay, damn, that's tough right there. That's tough. What else is happening? My guys? Cashed the Kelly under last night. Clippers are overvalued. This Clippers team is the best. They are the worst good team I've ever seen. Was saying like have good players on there, but you play like ass. I want nothing to do with the Clippers. I'm sorry. In theory, this is a bounce back spot. I can't trust them. And the Pacers, it's probably been better if they had went on ahead and lost by 20. They did the exact opposite. They came all the way back and exerted a lot of energy in the fourth game. That was an all-star game, man. I mean, we're on here talking about the under yesterday. That shit went 295 points, man. Whatever. But Pacers on a back-to-back here. I believe this is the fourth game of their road trip. Let me see just real quick. I know it's at least their third game. I just know I'm not fucking with the Clippers right now. Maybe in a few days I might fuck with them. I'm gonna watch this game, see if I can see if they've learned their lesson. Yeah, fourth straight road game for the Pacers here, and it's on the West Coast. And this one, they're coming off a bad loss, but they did have to exert a lot of energy. Third game in 4 nights, all on the West Coast, and they're playing these late night sleepy games as well. Let's see. Sacken played 33 minutes. Halliburton played 33 minutes. Nobody else played over 30 minutes. So maybe they still got something to get in the tank. If the Clippers ain't getting back on defense, man, I can't look towards Clippers. 3-7 against the spread. Last 10 games. They've actually lost their last 4 home games, guys. So it could be one of them where the Clippers are playing better on the road. It's a real simple game. I'm not fucking with the Clippers right now. I need to see them do something. So I'm going to watch this game, see if they've learned their lesson, see if they can do something for the next game. But right now, I'm just watching the Clippers. It's Pacers or nothing for me in this spot, my guys. But let me get out of here. Only one spot that I took today, man, and it's really going up against a team that I know has really no interest in winning. Now, could they still win? Nothing's guaranteed. This is the NBA. You're going to see crazy shit. Are the Nets the best team in the league? Hell no. And their body language hadn't been good, but I am fading the Raptors. I do think if you continue to fade the Raptors for the rest of the year, you're going to make money. Probably both teams, but you can't fade both of them right here. You see what I'm saying? I think Raptors team total under is probably going to be a look, but took Nets on the money line, and I laid the 6 points with them, man. I expect the Nets to win this game by double digits. May not win many more games this season, but this one, they have no excuse for not blowing the Raptors out of the water in this team. They were out there top 4 starters, their top 4 scorers, all that good stuff, man. Give me the Nets in this particular spot. Don't like that they're fucking resting a couple players. Nets can be resting guys. They don't have any incentive to tank, but I do think this is a bounce back J spot here for the Nets. And the last time they played against this team, they lost by over 20 points as well, maybe even 30 points. I know they got smoked last time they played in Toronto. This is a bounce back J spot of all bounce back spots here. Nets have to win this game by double digits. They have no excuse. They have no reason not to in this one. That's my play of the day in this one, my guys. So Nets on the money line, Nets -6. I'll tell you right now, man, I won't have much confidence in anything if this spot doesn't hit, but I have a lot of confidence in this spot hitting. I like the Nets play of the day, and I like Ronald's look as well on Raptors team total under. My guy Ronald will be on the show on Thursday, man. I can't wait. It's a ton of games. It's a ton of parity right now in the NBA. I'll tell you straight up, guys, the NBA is there's I'm not even gonna say fishy stuff. It's just like a lot going on right now, man. These players, a lot of these players don't really care. That's why you're seeing funky results. So I'm just being honest with you guys. Be careful with the NBA right now. I know people out there have to make money, and you know what I'm saying. I'd say if you in a position where you have to make money, I wouldn't look towards gambling. Obviously, some people can do it really well, but go get a job, my guys. If you're like, oh, I gotta win some money or I gotta make some money today off these NBA games, I wouldn't say do it, guys. You're going to get your heart broken, man. So one time for the one time, let's go to Smack City. One time for the one time, let's get some cash. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Long ass card, man. 11 games, 35-minute show. Y'all hit the like button one time for the one time. Let's go. Let's get this cash. Let's go Nets, baby. We're Brooklyn Nets. Come on, my guys. Let's go. We out. I'll be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. Let's fucking cash, baby. And best of luck.